Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Hello gamers, it's the Game Faerie and welcome to the Game Faerie Podcast where I play great games for on the go. Today I'm back with another episode of Doki Literature Club. On the last episode, Sayori opened up about the state of her mental health and she was not doing too well, and she actually hasn't been doing well for a long time. And now we're ready to head over to our house where we will be baking with Natsuki. So let's go ahead and continue on.
On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me.
Alright, let's fingers and toes crossed, eyes too, that this time with Natsuki will go okay.
I spend only a few minutes back at home, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in.
And we see Natsuki. She's wearing a white t-shirt with pink cuffs, a pink cat emblem on it, and a frilly pink skirt. Link is silent. Sup? Natsuki says.
Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison.
Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in.
And we see the inside of Link's home. It's looking quite nice. A large kitchen with a long kitchen table in the center of it. We see a lot of shelving, quite a few dishes in the back, a cute little tea set. It's a nice muted design. I'm feeling it. Good for you, Link.
I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies.
And I just noticed there is a massive fridge in the background too. They got it made here.
Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home.
Good.
A smile with a pointed tooth.
Glad I could count on you to do your part.
Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she is a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen.
What? You're not even going to offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Link?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Gugh! This is ridiculously heavy.
I carried it all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you.
It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk.
Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey!
Ouch!
Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much?
It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say?
A scowl and crossed arms. I feel like Natsuki is permanently in that pose.
Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you.
Ahaha.
What?
That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like...
What?
Natsuki catches her words and her face turns red. Natsuki.
Forget it! I didn't say anything.
I should apologize.
Eh?
I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours.
How would you know that anyway?
Just trust me on this one.
You weak. You need to chill. Natsuki's silent and crosses her arms once more.
Gross!
Hey! Was that to me?
Who else?
Man. Let's just get this started already.
You get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Link.
Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back.
Oh goodness. Gamers, how do I opt out? Can I opt out? Is it too late? Is Yuri still available? Can we call her over to be a moderator?
But she's satisfied enough for now. Finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started.
How's this gonna go? Is it gonna be a quick time? Are we gonna put the ingredients in? Or are we gonna choose what ingredients go into the cupcakes?
Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess.
No!
Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop.
Spilled fluid? Pardon?
The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking.
Link, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays.
I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick out their favorite.
Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing?
Do you want to?
Ah, you're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so...
Come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun?
I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool.
See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun.
Man, I bet Yuri would like this. Let's call her over. Let's break up this alone time, shall we?
It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up.
Like the ones you made on my first day, huh?
The cat cupcakes.
I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah. Maybe I will use the food coloring then.
Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring.
Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with the whisk in a huge bowl for the icing.
The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying?
Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer.
Geez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look.
Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back.
You really need to beat the crap out of it.
After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved.
See?
As to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same.
Hey!
Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist.
I don't want your gross fingers in my icing.
Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl.
Don't make me beat the crap out of you next.
I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. Boop. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn.
Gross! You got it on my face.
Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away.
Jeez. You know what? Take this.
Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish! I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well.
And gamers, we see a picture of Natsuki on the floor, icing on her pointer finger, and both her hands being restrained by Link's greedy fingers.
Stop!
Not until you apologize for calling me gross.
Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that.
Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either.
Gamers, we all need to log out and be done for the day. Let's wrap it up.
I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing.
He is canceled. Cancel Link.
What?
we see Natsuki's eyes open wide, big, pink, and staring at Link.
Did you seriously just...
Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red.
Link, you really shouldn't do that kind of things to girls. Unless you really like them. You know that, right?
Link is silent. What kind of question is she asking me? Just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Oh my gosh, now he's gonna pretend like he didn't just make a move. Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going. These goobers. The fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. Natsuki coughs.
No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that?
You should have checked before turning the oven on.
Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez.
Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops.
Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now.
Yeah. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Thank goodness that moment's over. Sheesh.
That smells so good.
The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room.
Look at how cute they all look.
She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing.
Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope we can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags.
Natsuki hands me some plastic bags.
I have these nozzles that we can make them look nice and fluffy. This one we can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time though.
What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others.
That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes and other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake, like happy birthday or whatever.
Huh. I see. Is he gonna do that for Sayori? What's going on? That gives me an idea, actually. Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. Oh, that is not where I thought he was going. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like.
I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea. So...
Maybe I'm getting it from you. I don't like this, Link. Please stop.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute.
Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well,
Natsuki's voice trails off.
same with you.
Eh? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Let's just do the icing.
Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle to each of the bags.
There's a lot to do, so we really shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it.
Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. Blink, you dog. A whole new meaning to double dog dare. I tried. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work.
Wow. Look at how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite.
Ah, Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping we would have some time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner.
Bye. Ah, already? That's a shame.
It's your fault for working so slowly.
She pouts.
You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance.
Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me.
You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you.
Ah. Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point, it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all.
Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess.
All right.
And just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted?
Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki. What you said before about not always having this chance, it doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere,
do you really mean that?
Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah. I want to spend more time with you.
Link, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so...
Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me,
and we see a clear view of Natsuki's blushing face.
Wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me.
I've felt it for a while now.
Ugh. Natsuki suddenly jumps back,
and we see Natsuki grimacing.
Sayori?
Eh? Gamers. It's Game Faerie's Drama Hour. Welcome in, welcome in. This is not good.
Sayori looks awkwardly.
Hi, Link.
Sayori! Just now, we weren't...
It's okay, Link. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, you should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so...
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Yeah, well... I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later.
Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori! I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki. And how close you got to her. It makes me really happy,
tears welling up in her eyes,
that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Link? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much,
Sayori pained.
Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could have just disappeared.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Link. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what?
Sayori is silent.
Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Link. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that
that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Link, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. Both her hands up as she weeps. And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you.
Oh, by golly. And we have 2 options, gamers. I love you, and you'll always be my dearest friend. But I think we're going to have to figure that out on the next episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Gamers, this is going to be a tough next couple episodes, but I hope you're willing to come along with me. I hope you are enjoying this series. Make sure to like the video and subscribe so you can be notified when I upload. And also, the audio-only portions of this gameplay will be available on Spotify and Apple, the Game Faerie Podcast. If you are listening on Spotify, make sure to rate the podcast 5 stars, gamers, and hit follow there as well to find me in your feed. So, as always, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, a good time, and I will be talking to you gamers real soon with some more content. Bye gamers, I'll see ya.